Hello, this is John Kitsteiner, and today is episode 1 of our very first day on the farm. We have, in fact, literally just pulled up with our moving truck, and I am really excited. We have been planning on having some land and living on a farm and living a more intentional life for many years, probably over a decade, and it is finally here. We are just moving in, and I'm taking a break here to... This looks like an old grapevine growing over all this mess and up into a mulberry tree. Oh, and I'm getting squawked at by a bird. Better back away. It's a nest somewhere. But what I am planning on doing is doing a daily video, or almost every day, giving updates on the farm and our farm life and all the things that we're going to be doing here. We have got a lot of work to do. It's a little exciting, a little overwhelming, very intimidating, but I'm just walking around and can barely keep the smile off my face. What I'm doing right now is I'm walking. That first house that you saw in the background at the very beginning was what we call the bunkhouse. That used to be a hunting place for hunters to stay here. The previous owner here ran coyotes for hunting, and off there is the Blue Ridge, and there's one of our ponds right there. We're calling that Arrowhead Pond. We've got a little stand, or a larger stand, of mostly eastern red cedar. In fact, the farm is covered in red cedar. The pastures are literally overrunning with it. There's our house and our garage. Looks like a barn with a blue roof. And this is a large overrun area that I believe used to house an old barn when there's nothing left but the foundation. And up here, our property extends all the way up to the ridge line. The property is about 96 acres, and roughly half of it is pasture. These beautiful rolling hills of degraded land. There is not much under here. It's well, I'll get into all the details of the soil probably in future episodes. But we've got some cattle running here. There's a bunch of the calves running up to join mamas. Those are not our cattle. We are currently leasing the land. We've got a lot of plans to get some cross fencing up here and start rotational grazing and try to repair this land. And it needs it. But it is beautiful here right now. It's almost 8:30 in the evening, the day before Memorial Day, and I know Memorial Day is well, it's a day that I hold it's pretty important to me, I should say, as a veteran in the Air Force. But I also think it's rather neat that it's kind of a memorial for us as well, in a different way. And being our first day on the farm for good. We've been coming and going here for a few months now after we purchased the property. But today is literally day one. You can't see it now, but right on the other side of the garage we've got the moving truck, and all of our stuff is scattered about. But I wanted to just give a brief glimpse of what we've got going on, and hopefully take you all kind of a step-by-step process through what we're planning on doing, show you what we're doing as we do it, and let you kind of be a part of it as well. If you are not familiar with any of the stuff that I've done in the permaculture world, I keep a website, Temperate Climate Permaculture, tcpermaculture.com, and I've met some amazing people through that world, and I hope to share some of the stuff that we're doing here with all my friends out there, the personal friends, my family, as well as all the people I've met online, and really show you what can be done on a more, I'd say broadacre, because that's definitely what this is, but it's not massive by any means. It's huge for us, seeing that I'm a boy that grew up in the suburbs in South Florida and never lived on a farm, never had any animals other than pets, and this is definitely a brand new world for all of us, and so I think it might be kind of fun to let all of you see what we're doing. There's the family coming up. You can barely see them coming up over the ridge. They're all coming back from my folks' place. They're currently staying in that little bunkhouse right now, and this is definitely a multi-generational farm now, and just excited to share it with you. So I think that's about it right now. I'm going to sign off. This is John Kitsteiner from Bulls Gap, Tennessee, and I will be back soon for some more news on our farm.